Night to order, and we'll stand for the pledge, and we'll get going. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic in which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So as indicated, there are handouts from two candidates for school board members on the end of the table. Feel free to take a copy. This evening, Board of Selectmen candidate is Jay Hopkins. Jay is not here. It won't be here, okay? Tax collector Jessica Olson, town clerk Jessica Olson. Jessica is working, so she won't be here. Treasurer Nancy Lashow. Would you like to speak?
I am Nancy Lashwa. I've been a resident of New Ipswich for most of my life, aside from a short time that my husband was in the service. I am married with 3 children, 3 grandchildren. I have worked in the accounting field for pretty much since high school. Past experiences, 10 years I worked at the bank, 15 years payroll administrator, and now I've been with the town in the treasurer's office for 6 years, nearly 6 years, starting as deputy treasurer and then taking over as treasurer when Bev passed away. I enjoy the job of reconciling different accounts and making various deposits for the town, plus having the job close to home is an added bonus. Besides the job of treasurer, I also offer free notary service to the public here at the town office. Upon being voted into town office of treasurer, I will continue to do the job best I can.
Thank you. Any questions for Nancy? All right. Thank you. Looks like trustee of the trust funds, we have George Slyman Jr. running for a 1-year term, and Carol Romero running for a 3-year term. I know Carol was trying to slip away from her job to sneak over here. For planning board, there's Ed Decker and Paul Turman, and that's a position where we're voting for 2 candidates for 3-year terms. And that's all the candidates we have, unless there's any write-in candidates who want to stand up in the audience and make themselves known.
I know better than that.
You've been elected. So I guess if there's no other business, this is going to be shorter than commercials. What other things can we fix in the world tonight?
Oh, there's a long list. I don't think you want to start.
So the sign up front actually says this is at 6:30. I don't know who else may have seen that.
The webpage says 6 o'clock.
Oh, what does the sign say? 6.
Up front it says 6:30, yeah.
Oh.
And then
Well, I guess we take a 20-minute break.
Because then you might have to do part 2, you know, a repeat.
Probably a good idea.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Bandits.
We'll hang around.
Observing, you're not running for office?
I've already done that, been there, done that. I don't need it again.
Oh, come on, it's fun. You should make him deputy moderator. That's an appointed position. He could appoint you as deputy moderator. You could be his deputy.
Require going to school. All right, we're going to call part 2 of the Canidates Night to order. I don't think we're going to have to say the pledge again. So, we have on the ballot Jay Hopkins. He won't be here this evening. Jessica Olson, down for tax collector and town clerk. She's currently working. Nancy Lashow is here to run for treasurer. Nancy, would you like to speak?
Again.
I'll say it again.
Sure, why not?
Reaffirm with Carol.
Okay.
I'm Nancy Lashwa. I am running for treasurer for the town office. I've lived in New Ipswich pretty much all of my life, aside from a short time that my husband was in the service. I'm married with, I have 3 children, 3 grandchildren. I've worked in the accounting field pretty much since high school. Past experiences, 10 years as teller at the bank, 15 years as payroll administrator, and now nearly 6 years as in the treasurer's office with the town, starting as deputy treasurer under Beverly and then taking over as treasurer when Bev passed away. I enjoy the job of reconciling the different accounts and making various deposits for the town, and having the job close to home is an added bonus. Besides the job of treasurer, I also would offer free notary service at the town office. Upon being voted into office of treasurer, I will continue to do the job the best I can.
Thank you. Any questions for Nancy? All right.
Do we clap?
Good job, Nancy.
Running for trustee of the trust funds is George Slyman Jr. I don't see him here this evening. Running for trustee of the trust fund is Carol Romero, who is here this evening. Carol, would you like to say anything on your candidacy?
Sure. I was written in for trustee of the trust funds 3 years ago, and I put myself forward for re-election. The trustee of the trust funds, what we do is we oversee the various trust funds of the town. The trust funds are made up of the capital reserve funds, where we vote various warrant articles where funds are placed in the capital reserves, and then we vote to take funds out of the capital reserves. There's also a large number of cemetery trust funds. Some are perpetual care funds, which are associated with a particular grave. Others are general cemetery funds. And then we also have several funds that have been set up for special purposes. For example, the Stearns-Burton funds, which you may be aware of. They're often used for various lectures and performances in the community. What the trustees do is we have oversight of making sure that the funds are properly invested. We currently use Bearing Point Wealth Management. So we review the brokerage statements that come in from them every month. And then we review and approve any requests to withdraw funds from the trust fund to make sure that they are being withdrawn for the purpose that the fund is designated for. And we also make sure that funds are correctly deposited into the appropriate trust fund. During my first term, a lot of my time was spent just getting involved in or understanding the process. One of the things that I would like to do during my second term is, particularly with our special trust funds, is to really understand what these funds were set up for. The trustees cannot distribute any funds without there being a request, but I guess I would like to make sure that the community is educated and understand what we have trust funds available for. We come under the jurisdiction of the Attorney General, and the Attorney General's office does provide training for trustee of the trust funds in Concord annually, which I have attended in the past and plan to attend again in the future. My background is also in accounting. I've been an accountant all my life and currently have a tax office here in town. I've lived in town since 1985 and look forward to having the opportunity to continue to serve the town we live in.
Thank you. Also, we have running for planning board, Ed Decker and Paul Turman. I don't see either gentleman here this evening. 2 members of the community running for school board have written up statements. They're available here on the table if you'd like to take a copy. And unless there's any questions, I think that's all the business we have here this evening. So thank you very much for coming. we got part two to run over than part one.